Oh, yeah?
Okay.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your man T. I switched it up on some on a relationship topic, right? Nah, it's your boy T. It's your boy T. I was hoping somebody would come on the live with me to wrap it up real quick. I want to talk some shit. Who's gonna come talk some shit with me? Hey, Landon. Yeah, I gotta excuse the water for a second. I'm wrapping up the rest of these dishes before I start cooking. Cook for my family. You know what I'm saying? She just got home. And normally I record by myself, or you know what I'm saying, if I'm not on the podcast, but I wanted to have a chance to, chime in, so who knows? Maybe she put her 2 cents into it. I mean, because I think the female perspective definitely matters. And you gotta tell me, you know what I'm saying?
You put this in the fridge?
No, I'm putting it in the fridge.
Okay. That's my little baby thing.
So, I mean, it don't matter whether or not you in a relationship or not. If you single, you can chime in. Because if you at least 30 and you single, you clearly have an opinion about being in relationships, whether it's I want to be in one or fuck relationships. You feel some type of way. I can say that because at 30, I felt that type of way. And okay, if it wasn't, sorry. If it wasn't for her, I would probably still feel that way. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? She had a cheat code, but I mean, so when you in a relationship, it's like it's all different types of relationships. You got relationships where the man got a kid or the girl got a kid, or depending on how old you are, somebody that been married, maybe both of y'all have been married. So you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, that situation where, I mean, when the stakes get raised, you know what I'm saying? When you talking kids, you talk marriage, and you dealing with somebody, the stakes definitely get raised. But for me, what makes me want to be in a relationship, or what I appreciate about a relationship is being with somebody who, you need to be with somebody who makes you better. And not just better in ways that you want. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, oh, I want this, and then the person give it to you, and that's the reason why. You got to be able to sit back and look at shit that you didn't even think you needed. You know what I'm saying? Shit that you didn't want. Stuff you pushed against. And then you come to find out why you was pushing against it is because you didn't understand it, or you didn't have a different perspective, and sitting back and you see how people react to certain things, and how people, you know what I'm saying, just different people move. You know, it can change your perspective on shit. Or at least, sometimes it don't necessarily change your perspective completely, but it's nudging you towards that. You know what I'm saying? And nudge you towards it. Like, I'll be the first to say, I feel like, because I'm a rather intelligent person, I feel like I have a handle on a lot of things. So you can't just tell me one thing and it's just that. I'm going to always have pushback. I'm going to always challenge what you tell me. I've always been that way. And my mama can tell you that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure Lucy would definitely, you know what I'm saying, follow up on that. And any female that's ever dealt with me, you know what I'm saying, on a relationship level, on a romantic level, any of my male friends who, you know what I'm saying, just friendship, can tell you, like, yo, you're not just going to come at me with something. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm never going to be that person. And what woman want to be with a man that's like, yeah, okay, sure. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to, like, doing things, if she, you know what I'm saying, if she puts something out there, all right, I'm game. You know, and the reason why I'm having this conversation is because, you know, us men, we dread that I gotta talk shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, when they don't know, like, women don't know how to just come out and say what they want without irritating the shit out of us, right? And the answer is, if you come out with it, it's going to irritate us. If you tell us, hey, we need to talk, it's going to irritate us. Why? Because we just irritable like that. It don't matter which way you do it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'd rather you just, like, yeah, just bring it out. But, it's like, you have to desire to want to see the other person's point of view. You know, you gotta want to try to understand. You may not understand sometimes, and I think both of y'all need to accept that fact that I don't understand. But you both deserve for the other person to try to understand. And if you don't, you know, just say, hey, I don't understand. But that's why you have a partnership. If it's something that I don't understand and she feel passionate about it, then okay, then you need to take the lead on it. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. Let me take the lead on it if it's something that you don't understand. And that's what you call, it's a word, it's all with a T, end with a T. It's called trust. You gotta trust who you with, that they not just gonna sell you up the road. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like, okay for me, and I hope I'm you know, I mean, I don't really give a fuck, because I am who I am anyway, and maybe she can complain about this later. But just yesterday we had a conversation, to say the least, and it's not necessarily about the conversation. It's about one thing that we dread as men is when one thing happens and it ends up being a catalyst for a bigger conversation that the other person has had on their mind for a long time. And I'm not gonna say men, women, but people in general, they don't know how to. People don't know how to ease their way in the topics, or to just broach the subject. So they have to let the topic come up organically, but it don't feel organic. And I feel like it is organic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, you respect the piece enough that you don't want to, you know, bring angst on in your relationship. You don't want to make people feel some type of way. You want to be able to, you know, have examples when you have these conversations, because if you don't have an example, then you don't feel like you have a leg to stand on when you bring these topics up, you know? I think a lot of times, I can't speak for everybody. I'll just say for me. I won't speak for everybody. But I know for me, like when me and her have a situation or incident, like I feel like I'm the bad guy. Like I feel like I'm being painted the bad guy because I see things the way I see it, you know? But the truth of the matter is, I'm not the bad guy and she not the bad guy. There is no bad guy, because we both are actually on the same team trying to get the same things accomplished. We just don't necessarily see it the same way. We have different perspectives. Like, case in point, I watched Mulan without her. Now, everybody I know, couples have the whole watch movie together shit, da da da. And me, I'm the type of person, I pinpoint on the matter at hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm a matter of hand type of person. So I'm like, okay, I'm just addressing why I watched Mulan without her versus trying to understand, or not necessarily trying, I didn't see where she was coming from. And we had to have a conversation about it. And it's like, yo, I'm with the shits. And she knows I'm with the shits, right? But her desire is for, she wants to be able to be with the shits with me, and I don't give her that opportunity because I'm a solo act a lot of times where it's like, you know, I don't want to be a burden to nobody. I don't want to feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to, you know, put you at a place where you don't want to do something, you don't want to slow me down, none of those. And part of it is, you know, be honest, part of it is sometimes I don't want to be slowed down. And if you don't know how to move the way I move, then you will slow me down. And if I love you, if I care about you, I don't want to be at odds with you. I don't want you to, like, she can never say when she was on my nerves, because she would never know, because that's just the way I operate. If a person is on my nerves, they won't know it, because I don't give them that power. Not saying that everybody wants that power, but it's just, that's the way. If I was beefing with somebody in the streets, they didn't know it. They found out when it was time to find out. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get the upper hand on me type of shit. So it's just a lot of that just plays into it. So I say that to say, you know, it's just one of those things. But if we didn't have the uncomfortable conversation, and it's, you know, everything don't have to be comfortable. Like, yo, just because you comfortable in your relationship don't mean every moment that y'all gonna be together is comfortable. Sometimes she gonna tell you some shit that's like, damn, I didn't see it that way, and you feel like shit because you didn't. It happens to me all the time. I feel like shit because I didn't see it that way, because, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm a very courteous person, and I feel like, you know, I'm just trying to be courteous sometimes, and sometimes I'm oblivious to shit, and, you know, it ends up making it seem like I just don't want to be around. Like, I'm just by myself. Like, yo, you gotta, you know, and it's like, sometimes you gotta ask the question. Sometimes you gotta, you know, have that uncomfortable conversation. So, if it's one thing that I've learned, and I'm still learning, me talking is me just talking out my thoughts. And I don't mind doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's all content to me. You know what I'm saying? It's all content. You know, and I can look back and say, damn, I said that, and I can hold myself accountable because I'm already, you know what I'm saying, putting it in the atmosphere, you know. And my thing is, I've been watching this one bowl for 5 minutes because I'm fucking talking and shit. Let me rinse this motherfucker out. This is gonna be tasting like soap. Soap and broccoli. But now, man, like, yo, relationships are hard work, and if you're not a hard worker, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. We all have flaws. We all have shit to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We all got it. Like, you can't find me not one couple that say, oh yeah, it was easy. Hell no. If it's easy, somebody doing something they ain't supposed to do without the other one knowing it, to make it easy. Somebody got some parlor tricks, you know what I'm saying, in their sleeve, and they don't know nothing about it or something. But, I mean, I can definitely say that the 37, damn near 38-year-old me knows a lot more about the smart-ass 25-year-old me who thought he knew every motherfucking thing. The 25-year-old me couldn't have met Lucy and been in a 3.5-year relationship, you know what I'm saying, looking at the future and raising a smart, intelligent kid. I can tell you that much. And she'll probably say the same thing on her end, where when she was 25, she couldn't see it. I'm not going to put words in her mouth, but, I mean, you know, I feel like some of us, we have to, you know, I've always been told that I have depth, but you can be a deep person and be shallow. And I think I have had, you know, times where I've been shallow, where I felt like everything is physical and everything is this, and they need to be on me, and I would be resentful, and I would feel some type of way if I would see somebody who's not fresh as me or not cool as me, you know what I'm saying, getting things that I thought should be coming my way versus, you know what I'm saying, his way. It's like, yo, look at how he wears jeans over his shoes. Meanwhile, he got a good woman, you know what I'm saying, cooking him dinner, and I'm eating Hot Pockets. Shout out to Hot Pockets though. They hold a motherfucker down when the time comes. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I didn't have any questions come in, but I'm pretty sure once y'all see this, y'all will probably comment and shit like that. But I mean, what ails you in relationships that you wish could be better? What in relationships that you think in your past that you probably should have done to make them better that you will do now, as opposed to, you know, when you were in that one that you fucked up, that relationship that you knew you fucked up on? And sometimes it's not you don't fuck up directly. Sometimes it's indirectly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you so close-minded that you didn't give that person a chance to redeem himself. I'm not talking about, oh, he hit your girl, he hit your best friend. Nah, something egregious that you got to walk away from, that's different. But I'm talking about this inner relationship, you know what I'm saying, beefing and stuff like that you probably could have walked away from. Okay, I'm back. A lot of things come out later. You get to know each other. We are never aware of everything. Certainly challenging, and we do all have shit before us. LOL, we need space, and at times... Damn, how much you write? Belched on the... Did I? I belched through the video? I didn't realize I belched. Shit, hey, I'm surprised I ain't fart yet. But... I mean, I think everything you said is spot on, though. It's like... You gotta definitely learn, like, there's so many things in relationships. Like, when I was younger, it was just being faithful, you know, not smacking the shit out of her, you know what I'm saying, not telling her, not snapping on her mom, telling people mind their business, not looking at every one of her friends saying, oh, this the bad influence, that person a bad influence. You know, those were things that were essential to having a good relationship when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of us that look like me didn't necessarily have somebody laying out a blueprint that you can work with. There was no, and that's one of the things that when you're dealing with a black man that come from the hood, that come from nothing, that come from fucked up situation and surviving it, you gotta understand, like, we still in survival mode at 35. You know what I'm saying? Not like, I still have survivor's remorse at this moment. You know what I'm saying? I think both of us together, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna count our pockets, but together we generate a certain amount of money where it's like, I'm not struggling to feed my family. I don't have to eat oodles and noodles and pork and beans every night to make sure that we eating. But it's still in my mind, like yo, I still have that mentality of, if shit hit the fan, I'm just gonna go to I'll eat McDonald's to get by. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can understand, like, yo, fresh fruits and vegetables, yes, those are good for you. But if you don't come from eating fruits and vegetables, to you, fruits and vegetables is eating the celery when you get an order of wings. That's food, that's vegetables. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all those things are tied in when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, trying to build in these relationships, because, you know, y'all fighting two different battles and you don't know it. Like, I can't even expect Lucy to understand the battles that I fight mentally. And it's not like, oh, I'm on guard and that I don't want you to know. Like, some of these battles are subconscious that I don't even know I'm fighting myself. So I can't open up and talk to you about it, because I don't know I'm fighting them. You know, another example. And, you know, I've tried to be better at this. I mean, shit, not perfect. Shit happens. But Lucy, her experience growing up is going out and having a meal. You know what I'm saying? Having a meal with her family once or twice a month or whenever they do it. I'm like, yo, that's cool for you. But having a meal for me meant somebody's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Somebody graduated and we went to Bob Big Boys and ate at the buffet. That's going out to us. Other than that, it's like you ate what was on the table and when you ate, you know. We didn't have times when mom got home. When she got home, we had to have eaten already. So it wasn't no family eating dinner together. We didn't have those experiences. The only time we ate together was when somebody cooked on a Sunday, you know. And I'm not saying I can't be mad at her for wanting that in me. And only thing I can ask for is patience to let me develop that train of thinking. Because to me, I feel like I'm coming from a place where, yo, I didn't have, you know, and this is when I talk, I don't want to come off like I'm disrespecting my elders, but I'm just calling it the way I call it. I didn't have somebody, a male in my life that showed me certain things that I could have used, you know what I'm saying, that I could have used in my relationships, you know. That's real shit. I wasn't around a loving environment when I saw, you know what I'm saying, men cherishing their women. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you look at my brothers that I grow up with, yo, our main focus at adulthood, like, they won't tell you shit. Like, if you ask them what their goals are, what's in it for them, I guarantee you, it's all about raising their sons. And that's all, because that's all we was only thinking in the terms of what we directly felt like we were missing. We were missing that male role model that put us in the best situation to succeed. We didn't think about, damn, we want to be great husbands. You know what I'm saying? We want to be great spouses. You know, that's just a reality. Again, not saying it's right or wrong, but that's the truth. So when I see brothers who got their shit together, who got it, I salute them. You know what I'm saying? It's no jealousy. I don't have envy in my heart about somebody winning and nothing like that. Got to turn this water off, man. Unfortunately, Lucy brought home another bag of shrimp that I gotta peel. I gotta pray I don't mess up my brand new Hostile hoodie that I'm working on. To damn it, raw shrimp and shit. But that over here. Bring my bag over here. Like, so my sleeves. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it out the bucket. Clear. It's gonna be some good eating right here, boy. I tell you that much. Damn. Hate peeling shrimp. Hate peeling raw shrimp.
Hi.
Hello. They can hear you.
Hi, Facebook.
They can't see you though. You in the cut.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just talking about relationships and just
What are you talking about on Beyonce's internet?
Talking Beyonce's internet. I know she on the internet.
It's Beyonce's internet.
I don't know what that means. No, I'm just talking about just.
Is this all trash?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Why didn't you throw the trash?
Because you asked me to separate it and then you didn't do anything with it.
It's your mail.
Well, you could have thrown it in the trash then.
I didn't know what.
You said it like you wanted to have fun with your fucking paper shredder, so I left it out for you.
No, I took all my stuff out.
You should have threw this in the trash can.
I
Calling
didn't
me.
know it was trash. That's why I left it for you.
True that. No, but we're talking about relationships and, you know, the uncomfortable conversations that pop up and why they pop up and the importance of them.
Right.
You know? Because, like, okay, another aspect of the uncomfortable conversation for me, there's if I'm telling a lie, God can strike me down. There's never been a time, regardless of whatever I felt, that I've ever verbally disrespected Lucy, because I don't disrespect women. That's just not my thing. I've never, like, you can't find a female that said, "Oh, T disrespected him." Like, yo, like, can you say that I disrespected you?
No, not me.
All right,
I
then.
don't think you can make the statement that you can't find a single woman.
Find one. Listen, I have a public Facebook page. So I'm farting right now. See, I told you I was going to end up farting. Right. I have a public Facebook page. I'm a public person. I have public everything. I don't have private shit. So you don't even have to follow me or be friends with me to see my content. I'll say this like this. There's not one female that you can ever find that say I disrespected them.
I'm only assuming that, like, there's one woman in the entire world that was like a belligerent drunk person.
Nope.
At Champs or something.
You can't find it.
I don't know, but
now that don't mean we cool. See, that's the thing. We gotta talk. You gotta then talk about what is labeled as disrespect.
Well,
to me,
subjective, because everybody feels
exactly.
differently.
Mike, what's up, fool? It's like, so what's disrespect? Is it me calling you out your name?
That's definitely in the right.
Exactly. So, like, I'm a guy. Of course, we say bitches. We say bitches. We say hoe. Because why? Bitches and hoes exist. That's a fact. They exist. But there's not one female that ever can say that I called her a bitch directly, or even referenced her as bitch. Like, yo, this bitch. I mean, now, have I called female bitches? Of course. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about in conversation. Not one female has say I've disrespected them. Now, I will say that there are times where I can be condescending like anybody else. I can be passive aggressive like anybody else, but I don't necessarily list that as disrespectful.
Yeah, but that's not fair for you to say. Just because you don't feel like you disrespected her, she might.
Well, again, if you can find one that comes out and say that I disrespected her.
Anyway,
Now
this is
here's the thing. Now here's the thing. Nah, it's all good. Now, the one thing I can say is, even though I don't feel like I've like verbally disrespected a female, or I would say anybody, I definitely have belittled somebody in a conversation before. If I feel like you bringing stupid shit to the table, then I'm gonna call it the way it is. If it's stupid, it's stupid. If you thinking irrationally, in my opinion, then I'm gonna treat you as if you speaking irrationally. You know? But the one thing about having a conversation, even with a person that you feel lacks intellect on what the fuck they talking about, you can find something out. Whether it's I will never have a conversation with this person again because I'm losing brain cells, or you know what, this person makes me want to go find out the truth. And of course, Michael agrees with you. Fucking Cowboys fans. He said, disrespect is always the person interpretation. That's cool. And that's why I was specific in what I meant by disrespect. So if you can find a person that said I disrespected them in conversation, and I'll be the first to say I apologize. If you thought that, and see, that's the thing. I can't say if you thought, because then no, people not comfortable with the if you thought, like, well, because somebody else can come back and listen to that and say, nah, that wasn't disrespectful. So then it's a matter of opinion.
Absolutely.
So I can say if you felt, and I feel like that should be accepted. But if you don't want to accept it, that means you want to be offended. You want to be the offended party when somebody gestures to give an apology and you refuse it because it's not completely on the terms you wanted it to be.
The thing about if you felt takes zero accountability from the person that did it. Whether they did it on purpose or not, it's like, I'm sorry you felt that way. It doesn't say, I'm sorry I said something that hurt your feelings, whether or not I meant to or not. It says, I'm sorry that you chose to feel that way.
That's correct.
So it takes zero accountability from you saying that you may have said something
But
that hurt somebody's feelings.
But are we talking accountability though?
Yes.
Are we? If you feel disrespected by something I said, and it's your opinion, it's opinion based that I said something disrespectful, and I apologize for saying something that offended you, that doesn't make me less apologetic because I didn't word it the way, because I'm not owning it the way you want me to own it. That doesn't mean I like it may lack account, like not fully in my opinion, because I could lack accountability would say, oh, okay, cool, fuck is you telling me for? That's lacking accountability to me. You could tell me, oh, your feelings hurt, and I'm like, well, get the fuck over it. That's lacking accountability.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You saying, I'm sorry you felt that way is exactly the same. It's telling you, yeah, well, that's on you. That's exactly what it is.
And see, this is one of those things where I said sometimes you gotta agree to disagree. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, listen, if I do something and your feelings is hurt by what I did, and I know I didn't do it to hurt your feelings, or I didn't say something to hurt your feelings, then
just because you don't do it on purpose doesn't mean it's not worth apologizing for.
Right. That in comes the apology. Like, do you hear the I'm sorry? Sorry.
You're not really apologizing.
I'm sorry is the equivalent of apology, right?
If you say I'm sorry you feel that way, that's not apologizing for what you did or said.
So what is it then?
It's just saying I'm sorry that you have feelings.
Is it?
Yes.
Or maybe it's saying, listen, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I feel like, oh shit, I almost dropped the shrimp, y'all, but I caught it. I got those hands. I caught it. I feel like,
Watch out. Hold on, baby. Let me get up here first. That's fine.
Mommy,
Yeah. Come on. Oh.
if somebody feels some type of way, you not understanding how they feel doesn't make you the bad person. And
I'm sorry I upset you is a much more effective thing to say than I'm sorry you feel upset.
By something that wasn't intended to upset you.
It doesn't matter.
Like, don't shortcut it. Like, say the whole thing, though.
The intention is not relevant.
Don't think so?
No, it's not.
Why not?
Because if it's somebody that you care about, if you upset them, whether it was inadvertent or not, you still upset them.
Why you got to care about them? Damn, that's messed up. So you can't feel sorry for a stranger?
No.
Now, who's been on accountability? Who's lacking accountability
But
now?
that's what I'm saying. You're not going to go out of your way to say, I apologize. Like, if it's a stranger and you don't...
Teddy, go back to watching PJ Masks or something, bro.
If you don't care
folks
about
talking.
their feelings or whatever, then the point is moot because you're not going to go out of your way to assuage their feelings.
No.
But if it's somebody...
Whoa. This is on the ride up. And one thing we don't do is use too many SAT words, and you already used too many.
Okay.
She said assuaged. You see what I'm saying? I feel disrespected because she said assuaged.
I'm sorry that's in my vernacular.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? Lacking accountability. Ain't that about a bitch? See? I said bitch. Did you feel disrespected because I said that
You
word?
didn't call me a bitch.
See what I'm saying? Tomatoes. Tomato. But back to what you saying. Assuage? What were you saying? Assuage?
For a stranger, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean... If you bump into somebody on accident in the street, you're gonna say, "I'm sorry, I bumped into you."
Hey, Slime, if I bump you, it was on purpose. I'm sorry, I didn't knock you down, sucker. Keep going.
But that's like that proves my point that if it's a stranger, you're gonna care less about the person's feelings being hurt. That's all I'm saying. Like, but if it's somebody you care about, whose feelings you hurt on accident, if I say something that offended you and I had no idea when I said it that it was gonna upset you, and it does upset you, say, "Hey, the way you said that upset me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that what I said upset you." Now that's the difference between, I think, is the way a man and a woman thinks. It's a separate way of thinking.
Because y'all want complete hook. That's what it is. You need utter and complete hook.
But there's no
And
pressure.
that- and I think-
there's no. It's not
and I-
like there's like a certain
maybe-
number of points you get in life or
but-
how many sorries you say. Like it takes zero effort to
I
say
think-
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
I think,
Boom, conversation over.
but it's never over. The conversation's never over.
But
Because
it would be.
once you
That's my point.
accept full responsibility for somebody's feelings being hurt, it's in the book. Just like, let's say it's in the book if you don't accept responsibility for it, and it's in the book if you're gonna be in the book, you might as well just don't be in the book for being the complete blame. That's how people think. It's like, listen, if I'm sorry, but because I'm not sorry the way you want me to be sorry isn't enough, then that's your problem and not mine. It's the way I see it.
Yeah, but that's messed up though.
Why is it messed up?
That's so separatist. It's like, yeah, that's on you. You over there, I'm over here. Oh well. You deal with your feelings on your own. Like,
so okay.
If it's somebody in a partnership, you would want to go out of your way to make sure that they're comfortable and not unhappy.
Right, okay, so for instance, like if that happens and I say I'm sorry, or I say I'm sorry you felt
I'm
that.
sorry.
Hold up.
Period.
Hold up, Slime.
Full stop.
Hold up, Slimy. If I say I'm sorry that you feel that way, and I tell you that, and I acknowledge that you feel some type of way, and then it never happens again, then does that not matter?
Yeah, but it's you can't say
The
I'm
action
sorry you feel that way. That's not an apology.
But it's an acknowledgement though. And
It's
y'all,
an acknowledgement that I have feelings. It's not an acknowledgement that you
No.
caused them.
I didn't cause them though.
Yes, you did.
I don't think I caused it.
Yes, you did. Whether or not you did it on purpose doesn't matter. What you said caused somebody to have a reaction. And it takes zero to say, I'm sorry. That's it. Boom. End. Period. Full stop. Next paragraph.
See, I think
Cool.
I think
you
that
for
comes.
Your apology.
I-
Moving on.
And that sounds good, but I think it comes from people's different experiences. Because you saying, boom, it's over, back onto our regularly scheduled program. Not everybody has that experience of back to the regularly scheduled program.
Well,
it's
no,
like,
the only reason why I wouldn't go back to the regular scheduled program is if you do the same thing over again.
or
That's
if you,
the problem.
but what if you are provoking that stuff to happen though, and you're not taking accountability? Is that not a possibility?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a different story, though.
It's all the same story though.
No, it's not. It's not. If you're being provoked and agitated into purposefully like upsetting someone, if I'm egging you on to upset me, then the whole thing is stupid. Like that's not coming from an honest and sincere place. Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna bait you into saying something to piss me off just to get you to apologize to me. I'm not immature like that. That's
You putting yourself in it, but
I'm
you gotta
saying,
acknowledge
like,
that. You gotta
that's
recognize
not-
that happens though.
That's not an adult conversation, and that's not relevant to the point that I'm making.
Okay.
I'm saying like full total unaccident. Like I'm not trying to make you mad. You're not trying to make me mad. But something you said upset me. All you have to do is say I'm sorry. Now I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry.
I like the way the way you saying it. Make it sound like some jacked up stuff. I'm sorry you feel that way.
It is.
It's like, listen, I'm sorry that what I said hurt your feelings.
That's better.
But that's what I said at the beginning.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
And you twisted it.
I'm sorry that what I said hurt your feelings. Acknowledges the fact that you did something.
I said
I'm
it.
sorry you feel that way. Takes zero accountability from you whatsoever.
You think so? Oh, you don't walk off my set.
I'm not walking away.
You don't walk off my set. This is my live.
Your son
I get the last word and then get out of here.
Your son done barricaded himself in the bedroom.
Now come back. I made her come back. She walking off my goddamn set. Who you think this is? Think you is? Chelsea Clinton?
Sure.
You white, then you Ben Affleck.
Okay.
So, I say that to say this. You gotta be willing to have uncomfortable conversations, and you can't choose when they happen. Sometimes the conversations, if you're in a relationship long enough, the conversations are going to manifest themselves. And even though they can be uncomfortable, even though they can irritate the shit out you, not the person that's in the conversation with you, just the situation, because it's an uncomfortable situation. Because, like, for me, what I was going to say is, I don't intentionally say anything to hurt her feelings. I must be specific. I don't say anything intentionally to hurt her feelings. But I am aware that women read body language. Women read stuff that, to me, is irrelevant. Because I can smile the whole time I'm talking and be pissed off. Then what? And you can be like, oh, why are you smiling? You can feel some type of way. I can manipulate my body language to tell you one thing that I'm feeling something differently. So only thing you can go off is what I'm saying and the actions. You know? Because I'm not in a mirror studying my facial expressions. If I react one way, I feel like when you react to something somebody say, you thinking, oh, you're prepared for the conversation to go one way or the other. So when you see that reaction, you immediately go to that place of, okay, that provoked that reaction. And like for me, like it's my facial expressions is the way I receive information a lot of times. So if somebody say something shocking or something that didn't dawn on me, sometimes my facial expression it has like a huh or a what type of look on it.
What's more accurate than huh?
I mean, huh can be a whole bunch of things though.
From somebody who looks at your face more than you, what is much more accurate than huh? Like that.
Oh, I didn't understand what you were saying. I thought you was asking me what is more accurate than huh? But you're saying what? Okay, that's fine. I can accept that. But what I'm saying is, even if I have a facial reaction or a body language reaction that doesn't give you, not necessarily you, but anybody, it doesn't give you the license to now react on my body language. You need to go off of how I respond to you. That's what you go off of. You know? But people, like I said, I think people are wired to look at people's body language and then react, like have a immediate pushback or response because they're used to it.
I'd be interested to see, like, what you would feel about, like, an actual interpersonal communication, like, class.
Why?
Because there's a lot more to it than what you're saying.
I mean, that's cool. I've never been in the class, so I can't speak on it. But what I can say is,
well, I have.
I think when people do that, they feel like they may be way too in tune with shit that they gonna assume. It's like, yo,
it's a human instinct, though. Biologically, that's.
I'm not pushing back on the instinct. That's not what I'm pushing back on. What I'm saying is, it's like I have the philosophy that everybody is defensive. Just human reaction is defense. Our bodies are made in defense. That's why our skin, we have layers of skin. That's why we have nails. That's why we have eyelids. Because we have defense mechanisms already ingrained in us. If you tell somebody something, their immediate, anybody with intelligence, their immediate response is defense. Like, what? I'm not going to accept that. You got to give me a fact to back that up. Or else everybody would go and say, yo, it's raining outside. It's raining outside and you wearing a fucking raincoat in 80-degree weather. You gotta be, you question shit. So for me, it's like, yo, I don't necessarily, like, it's been time where I tell a certain somebody who I love very dearly, I'll say something to him. And his natural response is defensive. And he'll push back on it. And then days later, he'll come back like, yo, we should do this. That was a good idea on some Spacey Sprocket shit. And I'm like, yeah, because you naturally are a defensive person. Because that's what we do. We immediately have defensive mechanisms. So I think my facial expressions are, like, I feel like facial expressions and body language play into that. So if you tell me something that's about me that I don't see myself, naturally my first instinct is going to be defense. And I think that's what the what is, or the Hans are. It's like a natural defense to my ego or my psyche. Like, whoa, you taking shots at me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't speak. I listen, and then I respond. And I'm the type of person, like I said earlier in this live, that I take things directly on. So if you don't want me to take things directly on, then when you make your case, you need to be specific as to say this isn't about this. But if you use this as a catalyst, then I'm going to start from the bottom and build my way up. That's just the way I am. So if you can't say, oh, we in the car, I hit the brakes real hard, and you don't think I can drive, and it's like, you take that one time me hitting brakes, and I'm going to defend why I hit the brakes then, but you like, oh, well, you can't drive anyway, because you do this and you do that. Well, where the fuck did that come from? If you felt that way, why you ain't say it then? Those type of things will irritate people, but that's what people do. People wait for... Well, they don't wait. I'm not saying they wait, but people don't know how to broach the subject, so they wait for an close enough to an organic moment in time to bring up the topic. You get what I'm saying?
Sure, maybe with you specifically.
People.
Okay.
I think people, period. Because
that's
unless you are a person who are.
Some people are more approachable than others.
Okay,
so.
unless you are unless you are even people who are very approachable and very nice. If somebody's very nice and very approachable, but their breath stink or their underarm stink, you still don't be like, yo, your underarm stink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things where you can't just come to them and be like, you can't be like, hey, da 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 da. Like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's cool. I appreciate your opinion.
Like, going on with tact, like, because you care about the other person's feelings. Like, it's rude to say, you stink. Like,
with tact, how do you tell an employee that they underarm stink?
There's no nice way.
There's no sometimes there's no nice ways to do shit. Period. Because
that's an uncomfortable conversation, no matter how you paint it.
And imagine if you're in a relationship and the last thing you want to, the average person. I'm not going to speak about everybody, but the average person that are in relationships and they have well intentions. The last thing they want to do is hurt their partner's feelings.
Right.
So there are things that they can't just say. You're like, oh, I'm gonna say this, and I want them. Like, I'm coming from a loving place. Fuck your loving place. You know what I'm saying? Now I can sit back, think about it, analyze it, and then come back and say, oh, okay, I see what she said. But fuck her, I'm mad she said that shit. I'm mad she said that shit. Or what you do. This is what happens in relationships a lot. Or in not just man, woman, but just in friendships. You got something that irritates you about that person, and the second that they bring something that you did or irritate them, instead of listening to it and analyzing that particular situation, you come back with something that irritated you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which is immature as hell.
It's human nature. People do it. Like, as a manager, how many times have you told somebody something and rather than them accept you as the manager, tell them something, they push back and say, well, I saw you do it.
It literally just happened.
I saw you ain't say nothing when John did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's natural. But at the end of the day, it's like, listen, whatever the fuck John did ain't going to affect your job today. Because if you did something egregious enough that I can fire you, I'm just going to fucking fire you. And then you got to be on unemployment or trying to get it or explain to HR, oh, well, he let John do it. Well, prove that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're a place that you don't need to be at. But finally peeled all this shrimp.
My $20 bag too.
Wait, you paid $20. Oh, I pulled it. Another one. You paid $20 for some shrimp, and it still got the goddamn. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna spend $20 on some shrimp, I would hope it's already peeled. But you know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I've peeled shrimp before. I just would have started earlier so I can get the cooking. I didn't realize it was peeled. And the thing is, I looked at the receipt and saw that it said peeled and it didn't register. All right, T. Thaw the shrimp out sooner. Peel it sooner. Hey, Tony, maybe that's why you would never be a manager or something, bro. Because you can't just say that, bro. You can't just tell somebody, nah, Slim, you smell like ass. You can't say that. You say that. Listen, you say that and you immediately get in the email. It won't take long. You get in the email. And that could be the stinkiest motherfucker you ever smelled. Everybody feel that way. And you could have even said something to him politely 2 times before. Hey man, you know, you want to borrow some deodorant? You want to, hey, anybody want to use this? I got a free stick of deodorant. Anybody want it? Anybody want this gum? Hey, you want a piece of gum? You know what I'm saying? You can do all of that. And then that one time you say something like, yo, you smell like ass. Now, if I'm in the street, we playing ball or something, I don't mind telling you stink, bruh. Listen, because we in close quarters. I can't just be playing defense on you. And you funky, bruh. Because I'm going to let you get buckets. You just going to get these buckets real easy today.
You got something else in this microwave for him?
That's vegetables in there. Yeah. you ain't smelling up the pod. Go home and fix it. Hey, no, but okay, so to get off topic, to touch that, one thing that I did do is you gotta when it comes to management and you're dealing with people and their emotions, you always gotta CYA. Just open the bag back up. You always gotta cover your ass. So one thing I would do is I would print out the employee handbook. I would print that page out
about hygiene,
and I'll highlight hygiene, and I'll go and I'll go and post it everywhere there is. But then I had one manager who I respected. He told me he would take down signs and say he felt like signs are like a form of passive aggressiveness. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that message is getting out. Passive aggressive or not, like, you stink, bruh. Especially when you have, and I, hey, it is my, listen, if you're gonna be offended, get up off my shit. I say this. I have had employees who are African or who are Muslim, and they practice, certain things where they can't wear deodorant or they can't have certain, products to take care of their hygiene. I'm like, yo, it ain't my fault. Blame your church, yo. They should have something set up for you so you ain't stinking. Or they can give you a job at the tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? Go collect tithes or something. Don't work here. Call off for a month or something. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. But back to it. Talking about the uncomfortable conversation. In relationships, you gotta be willing to have an uncomfortable conversation. I can say for me, I'm never gonna bring up an uncomfortable conversation. I'm never gonna do it. You know why? Because I'm the type of person that I can't speak for everybody else, but I think maybe because I'm good at math, I don't know. I can't figure exactly out, but I'm the type of person that if you bring something to the table, a quirk, something that makes me tick, any of those things, if I'm committed to you, then I'm committed to those things, and my job is to figure that shit out. And maybe along the way, there's a salvo, and I can put that in place. Or I find a way to say, hey, this, that, and third. And then when I do it, maybe realize, I wonder if that was bothering him this whole time. Fuck, do it matter now? We at this place now. So whether it bothered me 2 years ago, don't mean shit. Now people who are neurotic gonna focus on those things. I'm not at all. I got a good one. I have hair. I pick my hair. I have a beard. I fuck with my beard. Sometimes I be, we fellas, we be in and out. I leave my hair on the fucking sink. One day Lucy was like, hey, can you wipe your hair off the sink? Now, jokingly, I said, motherfucker, your hair be everywhere. Fuck the sink. Right? Now, I said that doesn't mean I'm not more cognizant of my hair being on the sink. But nonetheless, what I said, if she wanted to, she could have been offended by me pointing out that she has hair all over the place.
How could I be offended by that when it's facts?
Because maybe all over the place is not the fact. Maybe it's only in certain. Maybe you don't feel like it's all over the place. Maybe you feel like it's in certain places.
It's all over.
Or maybe you're offended because, like I just said, people wait till you bring something up to say it. The difference is, I've always said your hair's all over the place. So it wasn't like...
Even if my hair is all over the place, it doesn't negate the fact that your hair is on the sink. Like,
true, but also your hair is on the sink.
No,
and in the tub. And on the toilet. And on the couch. And in my hair.
Among other things.
Hey, man. What are you doing? Yeah, no. Get my card. Man, you got yours. Thank you. Skedaddle. Scribble scrabble. Come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, now it's cook time. Steak and shrimp for dinner. Alright, y'all, I'm about to sign off and listen to some music. Fuck you, bitch.